Hello, it is Sara Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here from Moon Astrology Tarot. Happy fall equinox. Happy Libra season. Happy birthday to all of the Libras out there. Okay. And this Libra season starts out with a moon in Gemini. So it's an air and water and kind of still some earth situations going on. I've said it before, and we'll say it again. I feel like this Libra season is going to be pretty painful for a lot of people because we have the South Node in Libra. We have Pluto back in Capricorn. We have retrogrades. We have lots of things going on. We're also in the middle of the eclipse portal because we have the eclipse on the 17th. We have a Libra eclipse solar eclipse on October 2nd. And so lots and lots of things going on. So this one is the moon in Gemini. This is September 22nd through the 24th. And during this moon in Gemini, we're going to have a lot of trine aspects or supportive aspects and some oppositions. So we have Venus is squaring Pluto, so creating some tension. But other than that, we have obviously the sun finishing up its opposition to Neptune, so things could feel a little wobbly, a little woozy. But we have Mercury moving in on a trine to Uranus, as well as his opposition to Neptune. We have the moon. Oh my goodness, there's just so many things. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I wrote things down. Okay, so we have Jupiter in Gemini, which is seeking truth, right? And the moon in Gemini supporting that. Libra, the sun in Libra, as well as the South Node and Venus is justice and balance, okay? Neptune in the final degrees of Pisces is revealing the truth of illusions, right? As well as media and things like that. Obviously, we still have Saturn there as well. That hasn't changed. But for this conversation, it felt like Neptune was worth mentioning. And then Pluto in Capricorn is dismantling what no longer serves humanity, okay? Okay. All right, so I say all of that to say, if Jupiter in Gemini is truth-seeking, the moon's there supporting that, and Libra is all about balance, justice, and Pluto is dismantling what no longer serves. This is our last gasp with Pluto in Capricorn before he moves into Aquarius the end of November for the next 20 years. And so, and then Neptune in Pisces is all about the media and illusions and spirituality and creativity. Now, there is a boatload of creative intellectual juice flowing through these days. So if you're staying in your own lane, you don't even know what's going on out there, good. Create. You're probably going to get a lot of intuitive downloads and whatnot. Okay. However, if like if you know, for whatever's going on out there in the political theater, in the media, things like that, there could be a lot of truths. There could be some truth bombs. This could be really uncomfortable for a lot of people who maybe aren't paying attention to astrology, who think astrology is bogus. Astrology has proved itself so many times in 2024. It's ridiculous. Because it's just, you know, I mean, it's just how things have been playing out, right? And then we still have Uranus at 27, Taurus. He's stationed retrograde, but he's still sitting at 27, where he'll be for pretty much the rest of, I think mostly the rest of September. And so I'm saying all of this to say, like, lots of things could come out. And obviously it's your choice whether you believe what comes out or not. But there's also cognitive dissonance, meaning you don't want to believe what's being said to you, right? You don't want to believe what you're hearing, right? Because things might seem very devastating. And so, but we're all sort of facing these illusions. We still have Mars in Cancer too. So emotions, 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 and emotions kind of that don't know what to do with themselves, or hyper know what to do with themselves. So get hyper expressed. And whatnot, right? There is like a lot of people just really stirred up. A lot of people are frustrated. I mean, it's so expensive to go to the grocery store even right now. So a lot of people are really getting, what's the word? Did not stirred up. People are getting a little restless. There we go. Getting restless over how life is going right now, the cost of housing, the cost of food, employment rates and things like that. And so we're all kind of moving through something. And so, but I feel like this particular, the 22nd through the 24th, which I believe is Sunday through Tuesday, early Tuesday morning, so that Monday, the 23rd, something could be revealed that's really sort of upsetting, maybe, and maybe not. Like to some of you, it may not be shocking at all because you've been following along. You've not only been following me, but maybe like other astrologers who do more mundane astrology, which is the day-to-day things that are happening in the world astrology. And then there's like personal astrology, which is what I do. And so, but something's probably going to be revealed during this couple of days here. We're also, again, in the middle of that eclipse situation. We're still also in the eclipse energy from April 8th of this year when we had that total solar eclipse that went through the eastern part of the United States. And so we're still feeling that effect and will be for a while. That one was pretty potent. So it's going to be with us for a while. We're still in the eclipse from the 17th and we're building to the eclipse on the 2nd. And so lots of things are moving and shaking, and Gemini is fast. Gemini is information. This could definitely be information overload. Mercury's in Virgo. Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. So lots of information could be coming out about systems and structures that could potentially affect you. And then with Venus squaring Pluto, finances, money systems, things like that could totally come up on the table during this. And so, and not just in these couple of days, but even the days following this, or even the days leading up to this, to these transits, could be going on. It's a Gemini moon, so I feel like it could be very scattered. You could feel very foggy. You could feel very, what? Okay, so ground yourself, get connected to the earth, get connected to your projects, get connected to your heart, get connected to your center. Do some meditation, do some yoga, Tai Chi, something that relaxes or calms down your nervous system, because this could be really overloading to your system, to your nervous system, to your brain, to, your emotions, things like that. And so, again, I've said it before too, seeking support from a psychotherapist or a coach or a support person, a mentor, whomever you can be supported by, because this is building. And I don't know that there's an end in, I won't say it's building to like an end node or an end destination. It's simply a matter of you choosing how you will respond to everything that's going on. And I'm sort of slowing my words down very intentionally because this is the beginning. We're in 2024. We're almost halfway through the 2020s decade. And for you to up level, you have to choose to up level, right? It doesn't matter who wins or loses in November or when the election is certified in December. It's not going to matter. The world is going to change regardless of who wins. Yes, I'm specifically talking about the US presidential election. However, I'm sure in your country, you're experiencing something that is going to change or that is, you know, similarly on the table. Okay. So it's going to be really important that you choose how you will respond as we continue to move through this time and space. Y'all, the weirdest isn't even on the table yet. It's coming in 2025 into 2026 and into 2027. I think the latter half of this decade is going to spin people on their head because they haven't been spun enough on their head. And for you, you may not be noticing a damn thing. And good for you. Because I know a lot of us are moving through a lot. Now, these are trines. A lot of these transits are trines minus the Venus squaring Pluto. That's the square, that's the tension rod in the whole situation. But a lot of it is the push-pull between the sun and Neptune, and then the trine between building between Mercury and Uranus, and whatnot, and also the moon trine the sun in Libra, Gemini. So it's a lot of trining. So it's very supportive. And that's what I feel like is important here, is for us to really see that these transits may seem sticky and they're uncomfortable AF, but they're also supportive of us doing the deep, intense healing work so that we can actually up level and move forward with our lives, with our feelings, with our feeling abundant, feeling anticipatory versus anxious versus scarcity, right? God's got us. The universe has got us, right? We're going to be okay. But this is where you're really going to have to, or all of us is really going to have to feel into having faith in ourselves, having faith in God's source universe, having faith that our planet, having faith that our community will be supportive, right? And really feeling into that. And what does that look like for you? Yeah, you may want to self-isolate, or be on your own and self-sufficient and all of that. But the truth is that none of us can do it alone. When I was in my coaches training program, I was moving, and I was really pissed because as a legally blind person, obviously I can't just go get my own moving truck and move my furniture. And I thought, well, this sucks. Like I'd love to just do this myself, then have to find movers or find people to help me move and blah, blah, blah. And my coach at the time was like, well, even if you could go get the truck, can you move your couch yourself? Can you move your furniture yourself? Can you do all of the everything yourself? And so the point here is that none of us can do everything ourselves. Yes, you can do food preservation, and you can do, your own gardening and your own this and your own that, but are you able to do the hunting and the taxidermy, or I guess not taxidermy, but like the what's the word, butchering, harvesting of the animal, right? You may be able to go hunt the animal, but are you able to do all of the things to prep it for actually becoming food, right? Or even the vegetables, like, are you able to do the preservation, but growing the vegetables is outside your pay grade, right? You don't have the green thumb, right? So my point here is that it takes all of us working together, and it takes you and your community and your people to work together. And I guess what I'm getting at is that when it all comes down to it, like how we have to be prepared for anything, right? Because the truckers can always strike, and the farmers can do their thing, and the laborers may not be able to work for whatever reason. And if any of that happens, where's your food going to come from? Do you have networked or connections within your group community of support to get food, right? I count on other people who can drive. I count on other people who know how to, do different things, right? People can grow the corn and the potatoes and things like that. And sure, I can help with some of the processing to preserve the corn and the potatoes, but growing them, not my department. So I mean, support in whatever way you can. But yeah, I feel like this is just going to be a really interesting couple of days here. It could be really intense, could be a lot of information. And I feel like the big thing for all of us is to kind of be with, whatever part we need to work on for ourselves. We got the Empress in reverse, Dr. Crusher. Out of sync with like how we're out of sync, right? I feel like this goes back to like we're out of sync with our priorities, maybe like something's out of balance, we're out of sync with what we really want. Like again, back to like the sports game or the whatever, like if we're focusing too much on that, are we really taking the time to meal prep and things like something's just out of sync, or something's out of sync with how you're feeling about something. It's like uncomfortable or something doesn't feel right, but like admitting that to yourself or to anyone else may be like uncomfortable because you feel like you have to be a part of this thing or that thing, when in the end you really want to be a part of something else. So yeah. And let's get another one just because it's fun. Oh, the Lover's upright. That's appropriately Libran. Lover's upright. Yeah, I mean, this goes back to self-love, self-compassion, self-support. No, really I mean, this is really going to get into the nitty-gritty of like, what do you actually need to support yourself? What do you actually need to support yourself? And do you live where you need to live? Are you in a location? Are you surrounded by the people who can actually support you? Are you still chilling out with people who are not supportive, who aren't actually going to be there for you when it's necessary for them to? All right, for Libra season, we got the Woodland Wardens, because I thought it's an animal and a plant, and I thought that was very appropriate for the balance of Libra. Of course, check out the Libra Sun and Rising signs. Those will be getting posted. If they haven't been posted already, they should be posted. And so you can check those out, talk about those eclipses and the Aries full moon coming up and getting y'all prepared for this Libra season. Again, I feel like this is going to be a challenging Libra season for a lot of people because that South Node is finishing up. So the intensity, and then we of course have Pluto finishing up in Capricorn, and some shit's coming out. Shit's getting really real. And I feel like this is a moment in time where, you get to choose where your balance needs to be, where your partnerships and relationships need to be. Is your partner supportive? Is your partner honoring you? Is your job honoring you? Is your finances honoring and supporting you? I mean, all of that. Okay, we got, I think I need to make my magnification a little bigger. Okay, we got the antelope and wheat. Oh, how interesting, because I was talking about crops. Nourishment. Oh, damn, I couldn't have said it better myself. Couldn't have said it better myself. Mars and Cancer. Is your life providing nourishment in every way? Your body needs physical nourishment, mental nourishment, emotional nourishment, spiritual nourishment. Your whole being needs nourishment in every way. And this doesn't mean go eat wheat. This doesn't mean go eat an antelope. I don't even know. Do we hunt and eat antelope? I don't know. I've never heard of that, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist somewhere. Because we don't know all cultures. Some cultures eat different things. Obviously, we're all learning that now. But yeah, they think this is all overall nourishment, right? It's literally is your group, is your all aspects of your life nourishing you in some way, or is it working against you? And so, and nourishment could be healing, like taking on some healing. Nourishment could be choosing your food. Nourishment could be choosing what you watch on TV, what you listen to on your podcasts, or what music you listen to. Is that nourishing? And yeah, I think some people have it that, like, there should be room for fun. And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be, but I have been considered one of those people who finds different things fun that are actually really boring and dull. Whatever, that's everyone else's problem, not mine. But are you feeling through like what actually nourishes and supports you versus what you're actually just calling fun? And there is a delicate balance between what's actually fun and what's actually nourishing and supportive. And I do listen and watch my own level of mind rot crap. But my local librarian kind of makes fun of me because I don't read lightweight books. Every book I check out, she's like, "Oh my God." um, she kind of laughs at me because I don't read lightweight fiction. I read a lot of hefty stuff. And so, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Like I like to have to think about what I'm reading. But that's me. That's my nerdy self. But I certainly do watch my own amount of mind rot television when I feel like it. But I also feel like there has to be a balance and a like sort of disciplined approach to it, right? Like, watching mind rot TV is good, but not, is it an everyday thing? Is it, hours a day versus really nourishing your brain, nourishing all parts of you. So anyway, happy Libra season. Happy birthday to all the Libras. Again, be on the lookout for the Libra season, sun and rising signs, and all of the things. Of course, if you want a reading, link is below for that. You can buy me a coffee. And stay tuned for updates on the Aquarius experiment, doing some background work. Hell, for all I know, by the time this video is published or appears for you, things could be moving right along for the Aquarius experiment. But right now there are behind the scenes things going on. You can sign up for my my e-newsletter and get involved with what's going on with the Aquarius experiment that way. For now, it will make a social media reappearance shortly. But anyway, also Libra season tea tasting will be coming up. So we'll get to see the Libra teas from the two different places that I do tea tasting from. So be on the lookout for that. And so with that, I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.